So yeah, I've been asked a number of times how to go about printing smartphone designs. Yeah, that's basically why I made this video, to give some clarification, some things you need to know here. So when you want to print, first the thing you need to know is your printing resolution should be 300 dots per inch. Now once you have 300 dots per inch, other things are secondary. Now one of the secondary things is the fact that since you're using 300 dots per inch, your image quality has to be very high. Yeah, because you might need to do some expanding sometimes, because there are some pictures that, let's say a picture has 100 dots per inch, or you're taking a picture that has 100 dots per inch and bringing it into a canvas that has 300 dots per inch. And you see that whenever you stretch that picture a bit, it gets scattered, it gets blurry to an extent, even if you might not notice it at the surface level. So it gets blurry. So it's ideal for you to use pictures with good qualities. And how do you know pictures with good qualities? Sometimes the sizes of these pictures, yeah, sometimes the sizes, yeah. There are also ways to actually assess how many pixels are in the picture. Yeah, there are some. So yeah, how do you assess pictures with good quality pictures? Sometimes from looking at it you can see. Other times it's their size. The weight of the picture tells that it has good quality. It has a good number of pixels inside. You might have the same pictures and this one has 1000 pixels, this one has 100 pixels. Until you zoom in, you don't know the difference. And so it's when you zoom in, you actually see the difference between these pictures. And that's what we're saying. So now, once your canvas is 300 dots per inch, you are good to go. Now, let's say you're using Pixel Lab, a smartphone app. How is in PC? It's easy to give these measurements here, because sometimes on the default mode like Photoshop will tell you, Photoshop will ask you when you go to artboard, you see printing, art and illustrations, all those things here. When you go to printing, you see it will just come in 300 dots per inch by itself. Corridor, you can set it by yourself. You can go to the page settings there, you see everything there. But when it comes to Pixel Lab, you have to set it yourself. You have to set it yourself because Pixel Lab is measured in pixels, obviously Pixel Lab. So you have to make sure that your canvas is 300 dots per inch. Now, how do you know when your canvas is 300 dots per inch? Because this video was actually made to an extent for smartphone users, especially Pixel Lab users. So how do you know your canvas is 300 dots per inch and it's to be fit for printing? Now this doesn't mean when you design on Pixel Lab without putting these things in place, it will not come out fine. It might come out fine, but then for you to be actually sure that like you want to do this and I don't want to make mistakes with it, you should put these things in place. 300 dots per inch, good quality pictures. And when I say pictures, I don't mean pictures of persons. I mean pictures of elements you're using in design, any element you're using in design should have a good quality, because if it doesn't have a good quality, when you print, it will definitely not be good. So that's it. So since you've enjoyed these things, now, the next thing for you to do is now to set the canvas. Now, how do you set the canvas? In printing, let's say you want to print a banner is usually measured in feet. Yeah, so you might have 4 by 2, you might have 20 by 4, it depends on the dimensions of the banner. So all you need to know first is to know the dimensions of the banner. If you've known the dimension of the banner or flex you want to print, next thing you have to put in place is now converting that measurement to pixels and ensuring that the pixels, that the canvas is actually in 300 dots per inch. Now how do we ensure that? Now when you go to your Pixel Lab and you want to make sure that it's that measurement you're looking for, remember it says 300 dots per inch. Now since it's 300 dots per inch, you know that there are 300 dots in 1 inch. Yeah, so you want to print a banner that is 2 feet, let's say 2 feet by 2 feet or 2 feet by 4 feet. So you have to, since it's 2 feet by 4 feet, and you know a feet is made up of 12 inches. Yeah, 1 feet has 12 inches, and you need your canvas to be 300 dots per inch. 1 feet has 12 inches. So you have to now do the math. 300 dots per inch, 300 times 12 for the 12 inches, which is 1 feet. That's what you do. Now this, I'm telling you how to the figures you're going to put in your pixels, in your height and width section of your image size. So when you do 300 times 12, it will give you the figure for 1 feet. Now since you're working on 2 feet, you're working on a band that has 2 feet, you have to now do 300 times 24, you get, or 300 times 12 for 1 feet times 2. 12 times 2 times 300. Yeah, I'm correct. 12 times 2 times 300. So that's it for the 2 feet. For the 2 feet, 12 times 2. If you have 4 feet, now for the other part you have, now this is 2. We talked about 2 by 4. Now when you have 4 feet, you just do 300 times 12 times 4. Yeah. So that's basically how to get your pixel. Now whatever figure it gives you, that's what you're going to put in your pixels. It's going to give you a long figure. It's going to give you a long figure. But the good thing about it is that you're certain that you've done the required resolution for printing. The next thing you need to ensure is your elements, the elements you bring into the canvas, that they are good quality images. If these are not met, will your printing necessarily go bad? I didn't say so. But then if these are met, will your printing be fine? Definitely. Yeah. As long as you meet these requirements, good quality images and the right resolution. So that's basically how to go about your smartphone printing. Yeah, I did this video before and it was 10 minutes. I think there's something I'm missing. Let me check. So yeah, hope you understand that. I hope you understand these few points I made. So that's it. That's just the basic thing there. 300 dots per inch, 300 times 300 for 1 inch. Now for the 12 inches, you have to do 300 times 12. Do you understand? For 1 inch. Now if you have to do 2 inches, 2 feet banner. For 1 feet banner, it will be 300 times 12. 300 times 12 times 2 for 2 feet banner. So that's basically how you keep adding it. If it's 6 feet banner, 300 times 12 times 6. So when you do it this way, it's going to give you the exact amount to put for the exact value to put for your width or for your height. Thank you.